Hello! Today I will be reading Chapter 16 of Broken Minds. I'm sorry this is happening later than I promised. I will show a little bit of the animation that was a teaser for the chapter, but it was from before I decided to do actual voice acting, so it just has speech bubbles for all the dialogue, so it isn't very enjoyable. Sorry. But I still want to show some of it because I used a song made by someone I know and I want to give him recognition. He goes by Nick Nation on Instagram. So here is some of the animation, and then I will read the chapter. Full screen. Okay, here's some of it. Oops, wrong animation. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, that's all I'm gonna show. Okay. Now I will read the chapter. Also, I'm sorry I sound like I have a cold. The reason is because I do. Okay. So, Broken Minds, Chapter 16, First Therapy Session. So what do you think made your fixation on suffering start? The therapist asks me. Well, I randomly started watching the news, I think in June. I kept hearing about shootings and other things. I knew these things happened, but I never realized just how much. My parents don't even let me watch the news anymore because of the pain it's caused me. I respond. Do you think there's anything that made this more personal or close to you? What do you mean? A close friend or someone you know who suffers a lot? Oh yeah, Celeste. She goes through a lot of pain. She's the strongest person I know. This makes suffering more adjacent to you. Well, it does, but she's been suffering the abuse of Maggie since we were 10. Have you felt this way since then? I never really thought about it before. It definitely got way worse a few months ago. I think you were already depressed to some extent before. Well, I was often asked if I was okay, but I always thought it was because of my serious facial expressions because of my autism. It could have been that you were starting to show some signs of being depressed, and you were showing the signs of that. Then why did I never notice that I was until recently? Do you think you were in denial about it until it became so obvious you couldn't ignore it? I don't even want to accept it now, really. I have no valid reason to be depressed. My life is perfectly fine, but that's also the reason I feel like I don't deserve to be happy. Other people are suffering all the time. I don't deserve to be happy when other people aren't. Dante, your depression is real whether you have a valid reason or not. There could be an endless debate about if it's valid, but the fact is, you have it. But at the same time, you do still deserve happiness. All humans are worthy, and all humans deserve happiness equally, regardless of how bad their life is. I could tell you that you can't do anything about other people's suffering and that it doesn't help to dwell on it, but from what I'm gathering, it doesn't seem that it would help for me to tell you that. My sister always says that to me. It doesn't help. What I think you need is to focus on the things you can control. Help Celeste through her problems. I'm guessing you already do that, but start focusing on the way it makes you feel when you're able to help her. There are so many people you can't help, so try to think more about the people you can help. Knowing you have a positive impact on some people can help you feel a lot better. Oh, it looks like our time is up. I'll see you next Tuesday, Dante. Oh, okay, thank you. Did you find this helpful? Yes. I leave and head to class. This was my first time seeing the school therapist, Miss Audrey. I reluctantly agreed to starting therapy after my sister constantly told me to. I didn't want to because I didn't feel as deserving as therapy of other people, but I think maybe it is helpful for me. I really never thought of dissecting my feelings and the deep reasons for having them. I just knew what my exact feelings were on the surface level. Maybe if Miss Audrey can help me think more in depth about the reason for my feelings, we can also figure out how I can stop having them. About 15 minutes into class, the fire alarm suddenly goes off, and everyone is startled. As we get up and get in line to leave the room, I hear someone sobbing. I turn around and see Tyler, the girl in our class who is high needs autistic, curled up in a ball on the floor covering her ears. Her face is bright red. I go up to her and gently help her up. Mr. Andrew thanks me and takes over in helping her. Later at home, my friends and I are ready to have one of our nightly phone calls. Suddenly, we get a text in the group chat from Celeste. Hey guys, I'm so sorry to let you guys down, but I can't really call tonight. I just had a really bad incident with Maggie. She shoved my head against the wall and called me a bunch of names I don't even remember right now. She did this out of nowhere when she was walking by me. There used to at least be an argument or confrontation or something leading up to violence like this from her, but this time she just did it for no reason. I don't know if I can feel safe here anymore, if she's just gonna attack me out of nowhere now. I want to die. I don't want to be here anymore. Kat probably won't join the call either because she's comforting me and we're both sobbing. I'm so sorry again to let you guys down. I feel awful, but I just can't call when I'm feeling like this. I'm immediately filled with despair, not because Celeste can't call tonight, but because of the pain she's in and what happened to her. She doesn't feel safe in her own home, and I myself don't know if she's safe there. I text her and beg and plead for her to stay at my house tonight. I tell her I'll ask my parents and that they would probably say yes. She insists that she can't. She hasn't even allowed me to tell my family how terrible her family is, because she knows they would call the police, and Maggie claims that she would find her way out of being arrested and then make it hell for Celeste for telling people about the abuse. I sometimes question how realistic it is, but because I feel sorry for Celeste and because of how much she pleads for me not to tell people, I feel obligated to listen. She convinces me that she can stay there tonight and that she's okay because at least she can go to school tomorrow and she won't have to be at home anymore. She says maybe she'll spend the night there over the weekend, but until then, she can survive the weeknights at her house knowing she has school the next day and can escape her home. I reluctantly accept it. There's only 2 more days left of the week anyway. I email Audrey. Hey, I understand if you're not available, but something happened tonight and I need support. I was wondering if we could have a short session tomorrow, even though we don't have one scheduled. I ask Angie if I can sleep in her room tonight. She agrees and we put the air mattress on the floor of her room. Dante, wake up. It's okay. Your dream isn't real. Wake up, Dante. I hear as I groggily wake up. You were having a nightmare, Angie says as I open my eyes. I look out the window and it is already morning. I get up and get ready for school. I check my emails on my phone while I'm walking to school to see if Miss Audrey has responded. She has. She says she can have a short session with me from 11:50 to 12:10, and then she'll walk me to PE. I respond and tell her that it sounds good. Throughout class, I'm pretty much just waiting for my session to happen, barely paying attention at all. When it's finally time, I walk to Audrey's office and shut the door behind me. Hey Dante, what happened last night that you wanted to talk to me about? I show her the texts between Celeste and me last night. I'm glad you tried to help her. It shows how much you care about her. Should I have just accepted that she didn't want me to help her? Should I have insisted anyway? No. Trying to help when she rejected it could make her start to get mad at you. How do I handle it when people don't want my help? Just like you did last night. Now, how did all of this make you feel? I felt heavy depression and anxiety. I was really worried about her, and I wished desperately that she would let me help her. I even slept in my sister's room because of how much pain I was in. I needed comfort. Did sleeping in her room help? Yeah, I think it did, but I had a nightmare. What was it about? I walked into an old house that was falling apart. I found Celeste in there. She appeared to be unconscious, maybe even dead. I got the most ominous feeling when I found her. Then suddenly the house was on fire. I somehow managed to get out through the window while carrying Celeste's body and saw that everything was burning. I saw people fighting. The next thing I knew, my sister woke me up because I was talking in my sleep and she could tell I was having a nightmare. There's a few seconds of silence as Miss Audrey finishes writing down her notes, and then she looks at them and thinks for a moment. I think I know what this dream means. You're afraid you'll find Celeste dead. Yes, because she does have suicidal thoughts, and I'm sure she's told you about this since she's seeing you too, and recently has started overdosing on melatonin so that she can sleep deeply and avoid reality, which causes her to be exhausted all the time. And when you found her in the dream, she was unconscious. You couldn't tell if she was dead or not. You're afraid of her just forcing herself to do something harmless like sleeping. No, you're afraid that her just forcing herself to do harmless like sleeping could eventually also turn into her actually, well, ending it. This all makes sense. I think this is really what the dream means. And as for the people fighting, what do you think this is symbolic of? Just my general fear of human suffering, I guess? Do you have a fear of the world ending? Okay, and that's where the chapter ends. I made it end in the middle of the dialogue there. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a much more calm chapter than most of them are. The next one will also just, follow Dante. Yeah, Dante's a really good character. I hope you guys like him. I wrote 2 chapters in a row that were his POV because I realized there weren't as many from his. Yeah, I'll try to actually be back next week. And, yeah, goodbye.